Okay, so I'm ready to attach the elastic to the fabric. I'm using a piece of PUL fabric, which is polyurethane laminate, and you can usually find it like where the cloth diapering supplies and that kind of thing are. So I've quartered my piece of fabric, and so I'm going to match up my elastic to be with the quarters on the fabric. Like that. So I'm going to do the other side as well. And I'll just show you up close how I joined my pieces of elastic. So I just used the button sewing stitch in the buttonhole menu just to do the like a tack to join the two pieces of elastic together. So now that my fabric is in quarters, I'm going to start sewing. So I'm going to start up here. And I'm going to essentially park my foot on top of the elastic so that I can be in the right place to start sewing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch the elastic with one hand, and then just sewing slowly, I'm going to sew a zigzag on top of the elastic on the wrong side of the fabric. So I'm using a width for the zigzag of 3.5 and a length of 2.5. Actually, we'll do a length of 3. So once I get that going, then I will start stretching it on the back as well, and that just helps you maneuver the fabric just a little bit better. So this is how you apply the elastic, and you go all the way around until you reach your next clip, and then you would remove your clip and keep going. So I'm going to go all the way around on the fabric with the elastic, and then when I'm finished that, I will come back and show you how to stitch around it again. So we've got the elastic all attached to the underside of the bowl cover. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it to the back like that and put a clip just every so often around the edge, just to keep it in the place. And then we're going to sew on top of it again using a 3-step zigzag. So the 3-step zigzag is in the utility stitches of your machine, and it defaults to a width of 5 and a length of 1. So I'm just going to increase this to be a length of 2.5. And then I'm going to go around the same way as I did before, stretching in between the clips and sewing along the edge, nice and slow, so that I get good stitch formation. So I'll get that under the foot, and I'm going to start sewing. So in the way that this non-stick foot works is it is helping to keep my seam and the folded edge flat as I sew. So I'm getting a really nice defined edge on my bowl cover. So just removing those clips as I come to them, and then continuing to sew. And if you need to readjust as you go, that's okay. The auto pivot function is great to be able to readjust as you go along while you're working on a project. can also use your pinky if you need to keep your fabric in the right spot. I find my ring finger works really well at holding the tension when I'm working with elastic. So we're almost back to where we started. I'll just hit the lock stitch so that it does a tie-off stitch. And I will be right back to show you the finished do-it-yourself reusable bowl cover on the serving bowl that it goes with. So here is the finished bowl cover, and it fits nicely on my serving bowl. It's a little bit big, so I can use it for different sizes of bowls. And on the inside, you can see that this is the waterproof part, and then this is my seam allowance. So what I'm going to do later is I'll go and I'll trim off any little extra bits of fabric, but for now there is the finished bowl cover. So it's great for summertime picnicking and barbecues and eating outside on the patio.